Hi everyone, hopefully you can hear me all right. So obviously last week I more or less managed to finish the Leon's journey page that I'd been working on. I've just been working on adding a little bit of a background to it. It's not showing up very well on the camera. Need to come in a little bit more because I can still see of a mark here where I dropped a pencil on it and I've erased it, but it's still kind of left a bit of a mark, so I need to go in and finish that off. But I don't want to work on that stream tonight. I thought I'll try and work on this page. So this was picked last week. Well, I picked this as a buddy colour, not buddy colour. What am I on about? Not buddy colour. One of my monthly planner pages. So I'd picked this one out. Hi, Vengeful Womble. Nice to see you again tonight. So yes, I picked a page from this for one of my monthly planner pages. So I thought I don't want to bite off more than I can chew for this month. I've already got quite a lot of pages planned, quite a few buddy colours. I don't really want to work on a buddy colour on a stream, I don't think, at least not in the minute. So I thought I'll work on this page. So I'll show you the page that I'd picked. So it's this cute little fox page with the little dragon. There is loads and loads of like such cute, I do like this page, like he looks so surprised. It's a nice variety. They're obviously all, you know, magical kind of pages, but I do love pages that have got foxes on, so I thought I'd try work on this one tonight. And I've had a look in my colour combinations book. Hi Jess, nice to see you. Hi Cindy. So I thought for the fox I'll do kind of the normal orange fox that I usually do. So I had a look through because I wasn't quite sure what colour I wanted for my dragon, but I thought I want a super duper bright page because it is a magical page. Figured I can get away with it. So I found this colour palette that has got a nice orange in. So probably do the fox orange and white. I might do the dragon maybe the red. Then that'll leave me blues for like the sky and the water, greens for kind of obviously the greenery, the bushes, and pinks for the flowers. Well, I might do one of the pinks actually for the flowers, and I might then do both pinks in kind of stripes on the stones, because there's no grey in this colour palette, or kind of rock. There's not even like a brown. So I thought it might make a nice different kind of colour palette possibly for this page, but we'll try it and we'll see. Now the characters are repeated, or sort of repeated through the book. I don't know whether I'll necessarily want to colour them the same on every page, but I thought I might make a note of the colours that I use for the fox and the dragon, just in case I do want to colour them again, because also I won't remember what colours I've picked. So I have got some little post-it notes off to the side that I can write on for that. Oh, hi, nice to see returning people out now. Nice to see you, Zoe. Ah, that's cute. Hi. So Steve can have a rest now. He's finished streaming then. So yes, I thought I'll work on this page. So I thought I'll start with the fox, because I know I definitely want to do him orange. So I'll have a look through it. I thought I'll use my new ohuhu Honolulu pens that I had for my birthday. So I'll have a look through and try and find oranges. I was surprised because I already had the ohuhu ones that are chisel tip and fine tip, and then my husband bought me for my birthday the Honolulu B set. And to be honest, I thought the colours were going to be really similar, but these are the swatches for the set that's got the, you know, the brush tip and the fine tip. And there's quite a lot of greys, but there is like a decent amount of the other colours. Whereas in the one that's got the chisel tip and the fine tip, you can see here the colours. There's an awful lot of like skin tony, kind of earthy, natural kind of colours. A lot of greys, but it only really leaves, I mean, there's a couple of greys on there. It only really leaves those two for actual colours. So I was really pleased to get the brush tip ones, partly because I really wanted to have some brush tip pens, but also it does give me a lot more colours to play with. I thought they were going to be a bit more similar, to be honest, but there is a bit more kind of difference between them, or at least I think there is. I mean, I've not really matched them up side by side. So let's have a look for a nice little fox colour. So it's not a super bright orange on there, so might go maybe for the chrome orange. So I'll write down that just in case. So what's this book? Fantasy Land Fox and YR170 chrome orange. If I don't write it down now, I'll end up forgetting, and then I'll put the pen away and I won't remember which one it was. Let's try and actually find it now. Chrome orange. Oh, here we are. So let's start and get the little shop list, because it's a very big set of pens. It doesn't leave all that much room on my desk. Right, here we are. Let's make it work. So I'm going to leave his little tip white, and I think the bottom of his face white as well. But let's go in and get, obviously I've got some paper behind, and even as well, I do have like a load of these plastic sheets that my dad gave me, because he used to be a teacher, like back when they had to have the overhead projectors, and he was having a clear out and he found he'd still got loads of the kind of the overhead projector sheets that he'd never actually used. So he asked it, you know, could I make use of them? I was like, ah yes, they'd be great for behind my alcohol marker pages. to stop it definitely bleeding through. So I do put paper, because if not, obviously you end up with a load of ink on the plastic sheet and then it goes a bit wrong. But I do like how I've got the added extra security of that plastic sheet along with all the paper. So how is everybody? Has everybody had a good weekend? Had a good Monday? What's everybody been up to? We went and saw the new Jurassic World film on Saturday. It was all right. I mean, I enjoyed it, but I don't think it's the best out of the most recent Jurassic films. But it was enjoyable. Daughter enjoyed it because she's not really seen. I think she's only seen the very, very first original one, and we've not got round to watching any of the other ones yet with her. So she quite enjoyed it because obviously she's got nothing to compare it to. So she was happy. Right, let's have a look at the. So there is a light pink, which I think I'll probably do my little black shiny nose with gel pen at the end. But for the little pink bits in his ears, I might try and find a pink that's kind of similar to that one. It was all right. I mean, I'm not very good on names on some of the actors. I'm assuming he's the one who's the main guy in the film. Yeah, it was all right. I mean, it's what you expect with a Jurassic film, really. Husband really isn't a big fan. He's like, oh, it's rubbish. They really shouldn't have bothered making it. But, it was all right. I don't think it was as bad as he was making out, but... Ah, yes, yeah. Might go for the light pink, I think, for in his ear. So I'll write that down as well. So I'll write down that that's the fur. See why I don't like my handwriting. It's terrible. Right. Pink, here we are. Write it up neater afterwards. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It was watchable. RV2. Sometimes she's just looking for ages at her. Ah, here we are. Got the pink I was after. What's everybody working on colouring at the minute? I finished a buddy colour earlier. Need to put that on Instagram. Still haven't quite finished that Leon's Journey page, although that's almost there. And then I think I'm going to might possibly start my buddy colour with you, Jess, at Fragile World next, before I end up chickening out on it. And I don't know what colour to leave his scarf, so I'm going to leave that for the minute, I think. I'll do that at the end. Oh, cool. Is that the mythographic dragon book? That one. So I think for the dragon, yeah, I might do it this red. Now it says it's an orange tinted red, so it's not like super red. So let's see if I've got one that's not too... Ah, that one I think would work. Rouge orange. That's obviously like a reddy orange, I guess, from the names. That works. Yeah, I've seen a lot of flip throughs of that. I mean, I think all the mythographic books look beautiful. I've only got one. I can't even think what one it is that I got cheap. I don't know. They're just so fiddly. It's gorgeous artwork, but I don't know. But I do love dragons, so it is quite a cute one. But they do look awfully detailed. So that sounds cool, though. Getting to do it as a group buddy. I always think that's useful, isn't it? Because then it's helpful for helping you to decide what page to do. Like, you've not got to think. You can just go, right, that's the page they've picked. I'm going to get that one done. And it's one last decision to make, isn't it? Oh, colour by number. Which colour by number then, Jess? One of the Disney ones. Oh, that sounds like you've been very productive then, Zoe. You've already coloured prompt 1 and then working on your second prompt as well. I need to have a look at what those prompts are actually, because I've not really joined in on those, with only just kind of starting doing the cute and cozy pages. I need to make sure I remember to check what your prompts are, because that'll definitely help me to narrow down what pages to choose, because there is a lot to pick from. Oh my gosh, I'm looking for this rouge orange and I just cannot see. It's obviously here somewhere. Can't see it. Wi-Fi. Do you ever feel like you're just completely lost the plot when you're trying to find a pen and you know it's there and you just can't? It's obviously here somewhere. I just can't see it. Y5. Ah, there we go. Found it. It was hiding up the corner, that's why I couldn't find it. Ah, that sounds like a cute one, Jess. Here we are. Right, so I don't know what colour to do his horns or his little bits on the back, but I'll do all of the actual dragon in this kind of orangey, I say orangey red, it is quite red to be fair, but try, obviously not quite so bright. And I guess it does look brighter because it's got the light shining straight on it at the minute. But yeah, that's barbecue birthday palm tree. Oh, that sounds cool. And one for Alice in Wonderland as well. Oh, awesome. I'll have to make sure I've already picked myself out quite a bit to do this month, but maybe if I actually manage to get through everything I've planned, maybe I might actually be able to do some of those prompts, because if I do get any time at the kind of end of the month, it probably will be some of the cute and cozy books that I try and work in, because I've got quite a few that I've bought that I haven't actually coloured in yet, and I don't like having uncoloured books. Normally I'm pretty good at getting colouring in them straight away, but because I've had quite a few, which I'm certainly not complaining about, but I've just not managed to quite keep up with getting coloured in them. Hi everybody, hi. So I'm working on this page from Fantasyland and just doing it with my alcohol markers. So I have got a colour palette that I'm kind of working to, which is kind of quite a bright, I think it is actually named a psychedelic something colour palette, because I thought it's a magical page, it can be really bright and out there, nice and cheery. Just have to bear with me, I can't keep looking at the chat, I don't want to accidentally end up, there we are, with big stripes on it where it's dried. Yeah, it's a bit like with your Lulu Mayo prompts, Jess. They're really helpful. So that one is Rouge Orange, the Y5 for the dragon. Let's have a look back at this colour palette then. Try and have a think. Right, what I could do, I guess, is use the orange and the yellow a bit. Maybe do I use that on the actual dragon? I suppose that'll go with it, won't it? Red, orange and yellow for the actual dragon. So I'll use that orange again but not on the spines. I might use it for the centre of this bit. Oh, weird. Mine are the Honolulu Bee ohuhu markers. This is 216 in the set. Well, yeah, I've got the chisel tip and the fine tip set as well. Husband kind of forgotten that he'd bought me those ones for Mother's Day. And there is definitely different colours between the two sets, which surprised me. I thought they'd just be kind of the same, more the same colours between the different ones. Right, so we're doing the orange, so I need a yellow now. Let's have a look back at this. Weird, because yeah, these are the Honolulu Bee ones that maybe it depends on when they were made, maybe? I don't know. Here we are, right, so it is quite a bright lemon yellow. So let's choose a bright one. I mean, I don't need to stick super close to it. Let's just check here. There's no yellows on there. I think a lot of them are a bit too dull. I'll go for this summer yellow because that's quite a bright one. I just need to write down for the dragon's tail, write down which oranges I used. White art 70. Forgive my bad handwriting. And then the yellow summer. I'll write it up neatly afterwards, but I thought else, even if I save the pens out to one side, I won't remember which. R25. Oh yeah, that's quite blue, rich blue purple. Yeah, it is definitely, I mean, it's definitely a bit blue, but I definitely wouldn't describe it as a rich blue purple. It's a pretty like light purple, I'd say, but yeah, it's definitely more blue. Even in real life, I know sometimes the cameras change the colours a little bit. I wouldn't say that that's a rich blue purple. Weird, maybe my batch is maybe the ink's different, I don't know. Right, let's go for this yellow. Oh gosh, right, this is definitely going to be a bright page, isn't it? Let's go for it though. It's too late now. I've picked this colour palette. I'm going to go for it. I've gone over the lines a little bit there, but oh well. I'll come in and neaten them up a little bit with some gel pens at the end. I'm still kind of getting used to how long to have the pen on the paper for. I'll do the horns the same colour as well, just so I'm not bringing in too many different colours on the dragon. Okay. I might do a bit of pencil shading when it's all dry off camera, but I also might just stick with it being pretty much alcohol markers, to be honest, and a bit of gel pen. Maybe the colours change after a while, maybe, I don't know. I suppose so long as you know what colour it's going to come out, I guess it doesn't really matter too much, I suppose, does it? But it's odd that different people can end up with different ones when they should be the same, really. Right, now I know I definitely want the... Oh, I wonder what that bit is. Is that a bush? I might colour that kind of the same as whatever I decide to do for these rocks. Possibly. I'll come back to that. I'll go for the green mossy bush kind of bits at the minute. So might go for that kind of green, the jade green for these bits, and I'll go for this green for the bushy bits, I think. So let's have a look at what greens I've got. Oh, nice, Christmas in July. Here we are. Right, let's have a look. Let's see, what ones have I got? It's not, I mean, I'm not too worried if it's a bit different. It's just giving me a bit of an idea. I don't think any of those ones are similar. I like that pale, like yellow green, I think. Let's go for the yellow green. When I can find it. I've kind of got them in, I've kept them in the bag and I've put them in kind of sections. So I know for each swatch chart, I've got 2 sections of the bag to look at, which has definitely helped because it's definitely narrowed down which bit I'm looking in. But, there we are. But it's still, sometimes you just can't find what you're after, can you? Here we go. Right, let's go for the bushes now. There we go. Just a minute, I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this tonight and I picked out a colour palette rather than doing something too detailed, because my brain's also is a bit frazzled at the minute. So been out this afternoon with my class on a sports trip, which was a lot of fun, but obviously that's a bit stressful. We've got to get reports. I mean, my reports are done, but I've got to get them printed and enveloped for Friday, and normally I've already got them done like the week before. This is quite last minute for me, even though I only need to click print and then put them in the envelopes. So it really isn't actually a very long job to do, but I like being organised well in advance, and there's like a million and other things to get done at the minute before we break up for the holidays that a bit overloaded at the minute. It's the same every year, and then it comes together by the time we break up. All turns out fine. Just don't think the heat helps though, does it? I think it's meant to be getting it was nice today, not too hot. It was quite breezy, but it was nice while we were out. I think it's meant to be getting dead warm again, isn't it, in the UK by the weekend? Yeah, you watch it. We'll break up for the summer holidays and then it'll probably just be absolutely horrendous weather. Whereas while it's been nice, if all the children have been stuck in school not being able to enjoy it. Right, let's pick the other green for these. I've got the rest of this week, so that's what, 4 days this week. I've got 5 days next week, 3 days the week after. So I'm what, third? No, in fact, I can't even do the maths now. 9, 10, 12 days with the children, but then we've got an inset day the day after, so we've still got 13 days before, but only 12 with the kids. No idea what we're doing on the inset day. I think we've got training apparently, but I've no idea what on. I'm not quite sure how much of it will actually go in, to be honest, because we're all going to be so tired. I'm not sure doing training on the last day was the best idea, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, I want a nice kind of jade. I'm going to go for that one. I think that's quite a pretty green. So mint green lights. Let's have a look. So yeah, we're not that close to breaking up yet. Still a while to go. Poor children, they're ready to be off. They're absolutely shattered. But no chance yet. Still a bit longer to go. So I'm going to save all the markers I'm using. I'm just leaving out, partly in case I want to use them again elsewhere on the page, but I thought then once the bit's dried I could go in and add a little bit of shading with just the same colour if I'm wanting to. Yes, yeah, teacher, primary school. So yeah, looking forward to a break. It's a great job. I wouldn't do anything else, but it's absolutely exhausting. You're just constantly on, and then there's so much to do that parents don't, and nobody really sees unless you actually work in a school. You don't realise how much other stuff there is that needs doing. Here we are. Right, so that's them. You know what colour to do the little fish, actually. I'll leave those though for a minute. Just see if I can find the blender and try and lighten up this edge a bit where I've gone over it. Still getting used to using the blender for this bit. Still not got that much experience with my markers, and half the time I forget that you can do that to lighten it up a little bit, which doesn't completely fix it, does it? But it does help a bit. Right, let's see, what other colours have I got to use? I obviously don't need to use them all, but right, so there's 2 pinks I've not used and there's 2 blues, so I'll definitely use the lighter blue for the sky. So let's find a nice, so here's all my blues. Let's get this back with it. I don't want it super bright because I think it'll, I might go for that one. That's brighter than I'd normally go for a sky. I think that will go nicely with the colour palette, so I'll go for that pastel blue. Somehow, oh, sorry, I didn't quite mean to catch the stands there. Right, let's try and get the sky done. Tell you what, this is definitely coming together quite quickly, isn't it? Oh wow, okay. This is definitely brighter than I normally do my skies, but I suppose that's the whole point of a colour palette, isn't it? Do something a bit different. For the clouds, I'll probably maybe add a little bit of paint to them. That's what I've done on my other kind of cute and cozy pages that have got clouds. I've got a bit of, only cheap, I've not used like my best watercolour paints, but a bit of cheap watercolour paint on to make them a little bit shiny. Just so that they're not plain white. Oh, I know one of my cats is meowing outside my office door. Sounds like Monty. He's obviously wondering what I'm up to in here. Here we go. I was excited to see earlier the Lilada Hall Oberg's post about her doing a cute and cozy style book. I think that's going to be really interesting. It'd be nice to know that it's definitely like hand drawn and not AI, and another way of supporting an artist that we all kind of love so much. It'd be interesting to see that book when it comes out. I think it said autumn, if I remember rightly, on the when I read it earlier. I think Colour with Claire shared it. I'd actually missed it on the Instagram feed, because Instagram's not always the best at actually showing you what you actually want to see anymore, is it? They made a lot of changes, and I don't know what anybody else's Instagram, mine just seems to be filled with adverts most of the time, and not really anything that I necessarily want to actually see. There we go. I might need to let Monty in a second, because I think he is just going to meow at the door until I open it, because he's obviously wondering if I'm okay. So bear with me while I open the door and let my nosy cat in. Hi, Monty. I think you're wondering what I'm doing. Yes, I'm in here. I said you want to say hello, but I don't think you'll fit underneath the camera. You fit a paw. Hi. And pets. And then will you go? Yes. Or you could try and sit on my lap if you want. You don't fit? You can't fit on my desk. Look, my desk's full. Oh, is you gonna try? Are you going down? There we go. I think he's realised it's not that interesting in here at the minute. Do you think you were missing out on some cat treats or something, mister? Hey, yeah. Mr. Cutie. Right then. It's definitely drying a little bit lighter, isn't it? It's not, I panicked when I first put it on, but it's drying a slightly better blue. It's a little bit too bright, wasn't it? Right, let's have a look at the blue for the water. So that's that slightly darker one, although I might not go that deep. So I think that might be a bit too dark for water. I don't think that one's quite as dark as on the colour palette. I think that might be a nice. I think he probably did, to be honest. The last couple of weeks, I think he's just been too warm, so he's not bothered coming and saying hello. It's funny, we've got 3 cats. The other 2 literally aren't interested at all. But if my door's shut, like when I'm recording, quite often I'll hear him kind of doing his very quiet little baby meow outside my door, and then he'll just wait until I eventually open it, and then he'll come in, have a little look, and then normally just wander straight off, because he's realised actually I'm not actually talking. Whether he thinks I'm talking to another cat or something, I don't know. Right, stop rummaging in my bin though, eh? There's nothing in there. You can't have that piece of paper. He does have a habit of trying to like pick up receipts or post-it notes or just any little bit of paper he can, and then he'll come and take it to somebody in the house and meow like he's been a wild hunter and he's caught something, and it's just a piece of paper, which is quite sweet of him. No, it's quite funny. He's a huge cat. He's the biggest out of all our cats, but his meow is, he does just sound a bit like a baby, to be honest, while he's meowing. It's not the loudest one. It's like he grew up, but his meow didn't quite keep up with the size of him. You don't want to just got a little baby meow. going to go over the black lines on the water with either a white gel pen or a white acrylic pen. I need to try sometime doing like proper water effects. I watched a video ages ago. I think it was Amanda Colours showing well, it looked quite easy, but way of doing like water, ripples, patterns on the water, but I've still not been brave enough to try it. That needs to be my challenge to myself 1 month of trying to do some different effects that I've not tried before. Oh yeah, no, thankfully, because the house cats, we don't have to worry that they're going to bring us anything that's alive. They'll eat spiders, but thankfully they just eat the spiders if they find the spider in the house. They don't like try and catch it and bring it to us. Just a bit disgusting to watch. Obviously, do normally try and rescue the spider from the cats, but it's not always possible. Oh, she sounds the right character, your Lexi. I think he's got bored and wandered off now. I can't hear him anymore. Oh no, he's still there. He's just sat there very quietly. I think he quite knows what to do with himself now. Right, that's the water. Still don't know quite what to do for some of the bits, but let's do pick out the pinks. So I might use the lighter pink for the little flowers. Let's find the pinks. Got a couple on here. No. Let's try these ones. Oh, that's not a bad match actually, that one. Do I keep that for the darker? No, I think that maybe matches. No, I'll go for the hollyhock actually for the lighter pink, I think. Let's have a look. See if I can find that one. Is there somewhere? Ah, there it is. Got it. Alright, so I'll get these little flowers done. I use one of the pinks for his little scarf as well afterwards. Let's find the dark pink and I'll have a think what I'm gonna do. Might do the fish. I suppose I could do the fish like the yellow. I will do the star gold. Right, so I need a darker pink. Let's have a look. I don't think any of those are similar. Oh, I think that dark orchid's not a bad match. Let's try that one. Here we go. So I'm not too worried about getting it super exact. It's just giving me an idea on what to do. Right, now do I go for the rock bits being like alternating between the light and the dark pinks, or do I go a bit rogue and bring a grey in, even though it's not in the colour palette? Ooh, decisions. Right, so what I'll do while I decide, I'll do a scarf, the darker pink, I think. I don't know what colours to do the staff either, actually. Because I've kind of got all the colours on the page now. There's the 2 shades of green, 2 shades of blue, the orange, yellow, red. It doesn't really go, but I might do the staff the green colour. I mean, as I do want to try and not bring in any other colour, unless I do bring a brown in. And then maybe, yeah, tell you what, I'm going to go a bit rogue. I'm not going to stick to the colour palette. I'm going to bring a brownish colour in. Use it for there. And maybe that bit. And maybe on the rock bits as well. Let's have a look. So, let's try and choose one that's not. I don't want one too dark, I think it's going to stand out. It still needs to be kind of brightish, doesn't it? Right, so I'll go for the deep orange. I know that's adding an extra colour in, which might make it look a bit busy. But I think if not, I'm going to end up being not happy with the page, I think. I feel like it should. Here it is, that's the one I was looking for. I feel like that should be brown staff, like it's obviously made out of wood, isn't it? So I'm just going to go a bit rogue and we're going to add a bit of a brown in as well. Just a bit of a guide, isn't it? It's not too dark of a brown, so I think it'll look all right. Oh, thanks for joining. Nice to see you again. Hope you have a good week. So I'll use this because I think this looks a bit like sand, doesn't it? Or soil or something at the water's edge. So put a bit of the brown in here as well. And could do the fish pinks, and I might use a bit of this brown on here with one of the pinks as well, just to make it look a bit, and it'll still look different, won't it, and a bit more magical, I'm hoping. If not, I can always come in and put some acrylic markers over it if I'm really not happy with the colours, I guess. But I'm hoping it will turn out all right in the end. There we go. Right, let's go for the. I go for the lighter. I might go for the lighter pink, wherever that one is. Here it is. I'll see how this turns out. Hoping it'll look pretty and a bit different rather than just completely bizarre, but I won't know unless we try it. There we go. So our guinea pigs we got, it was over a week ago now, when they're just over a week. They're settling in all right. Starting to see the little personalities. Albert is the least wiggly of the guinea pigs. He seems to kind of enjoy a cuddle, or at least he doesn't protest too much anyway. I mean, I'm not sure how much he's enjoying being picked up and moved, but to get them from the hutch to the run at the minute, I've got to pick them up and carry them. I'm thinking eventually we're going to try and get a system sorted so that they can have a tunnel connecting their hutch to the run. and get a much bigger run, but I think we need them to be a little bit bigger yet. They're still babies, so I don't think it's going to work too well at the minute because the little legs are too small. They still can't quite work out the ramp and their hutch. They're basically just big hamsters at the minute, so they can't quite do it. Just colour his nose in. There we go, that looks cute. And I'll put a sparkle. So this is just an old, so I don't think this one is a sparkly black gel pen, but it just makes it look a little bit glossier. Right, I think I might use gold gel pen or gold paint or something on the star just so that that stands out, I think. And then for the fish, so they could be the pinks as well. So I'll use the light pink on parts of them. Let me do them all the light pink, and then I'll do a bit of shading on them with the darker pink. See how that turns out. Okay. So I've seen a lot of people obviously sharing the Lulu Mayo new book that's come out. It's really good, especially with it being single-sided. Like, I love her artwork, but obviously it's with it being double-sided. You can't use your alcohol markers on it, even though it would work with her style of illustrations, wouldn't it? So not bought it yet. I think I'm going to leave it a few months to get, not because I don't think it's gorgeous, but just because I want to try and get coloured in some of my books that I've only just had before I start adding any more in. Although having said that, I do think I will probably get that there's two new Stitch ones, one of the French book companies. There was one that Yolanda shared, the Baby Stitch one, and then there's that piratey Stitch through the traveling Stitch or something, the one that you sent me the link for, Jess. So I've had a look on that. Is it Lyrica that you've bought some books from in the past? So I thought I've had a look on there, and they're on there. They're about £9 something each, so I might have a look at ordering from Lyrica if I can work that out. I've never bought off them before, but I'm sure it can't be too hard to work out. It's probably easier than trying to buy off Amazon Japan, isn't it? So I thought I do love Stitch, and I'd hate for them to like go out of stock and then not get them. So I thought, now I'm going to go in and just kind of reshade, but using the same colours that I've already used on the bits that I know are dry. So it'll just be a bit of subtle shading in places. So I do want to keep it quite simple. So it would be nice to have a little bit of shading on here in places. So I've kind of kept them. Oh, cool. Our discount code is always useful. I guess that's probably in your, I think you mentioned, didn't you? It's in your description on, must have been whether it was your haul video I watched recently, Jess, or completed, might have been your completed pages where you've mentioned about it. I'll have to have a look and find that. Definitely don't want to miss out on a discount. Actually, they're not in stock on, well, one of them was in stock on Amazon, but it was quite expensive, and it doesn't seem to be in stock anymore, and the other one isn't in stock on Amazon anyway, or indeed anywhere. So I definitely don't want to miss out on it. I've sort of loved Stitch. She's been my favourite character for years and years and years. So I know it's definitely a book that I would still keep working in for a while. It's not like I wouldn't not work in it, you know, like, you know, that I'm buying it because I've watched the film or something. It's one of my favourites. So let's add a little bit. I said I only want to add like a bit of simple shading. Monty may have left my office now, so he has. Let me shut my office door again. Oh, cool. Is delivery usually quite quick then from Lyrica? I'm guessing, although it comes from France, it probably doesn't take too long to get it over to the UK. Just add a little bit. I'm not worried about light sources or anything. I'm just gonna add a little bit where I think it will look kind of nice to make it look a bit more interesting, really. A week's not too bad. And I mean, with Royal Mail in this country, even, you know, it can take you go on the second class, that can sometimes be a week, can't it? So that's not too bad. Cool. I might have a look tomorrow night, maybe. Actually sit and get them ordered then. Okay, I might add a little bit. Just a subtle bit of. Just think if not, those little black marks look a little bit odd, don't they? They stand out a bit too much. Right, so a bit of shading on his tail. And get the yellow. I feel like I could be falling down a rabbit hole though, finding yet another website to buy things from. It was a revelation when I bought off Amazon Japan for the first time. Like, it was easier than I thought, and came way quicker than I thought as well. Right, might add a tiny bit of texture to the green, just subtle though. I'm still not super confident at adding in. I'll just pick a light colour to come in with, just to add a little bit of texture on. Just do it with a few. So I'm thinking this looks like moss, with it being kind of on the rocks, I guess they are. Kind of a spotty kind of texture might look cute, hopefully. Or at least it'll stop it looking too flat. So I'm coming in just with horseradish at the minute and just add in just a little bit. Over here. Go. I might pick one more green to add a little bit in with. Right, slightly different. Let's try the beige green and see how that layers on it. So go for the beige green. So is there any upcoming books anybody's particularly excited about? I know the English version of the Maria Troll comes out. I never know whether it's Troll or Trolley. That's out this month, isn't it? I do want to get, again, I want to get that one. That's on my wish list. I would have bought it sooner, but I've only got a couple of her books, and Shooting Star I've got as the English edition, so I thought I wanted to wait to get the English edition of the Fairy Tales one, just so that the spines would match with them both being in English. That was kind of the only real reason I thought I'd wait and get it when the English version came out. Which I suppose is just a bit of a insight into how my mind works, that I didn't want to have a English and non-English spine next to each other. I always feel like the E should be silent, so it should be troll, but then that just doesn't seem to sound right, does it? Like, I don't know. I don't suppose she minds, does she? As long as we're appreciating her lovely artwork. Right, I do want to do gold there. Let's see if I've got a nice gold gel pen. I have got a Pentel one here, but I'm not entirely sure how much ink. Oh, I think it's got some in. I've definitely got another one of these somewhere anyway, though. So I could use that. Oh, hang on. No, I'll use this one. This one's even sparklier, so I'll use my Signo gold, I think, for the star. Yeah, that nice and sparkly, and I'll try and, I mean, it won't completely cover the lines, but I will go over the lines a little bit as well, and I might just add yeah, true, I suppose. It probably just makes a chuckle, doesn't it, about how many different ways people try and pronounce it. I'll just try and add a bit of a simple pattern to his scarf. I'm really not confident at adding textures to clothes and things. I did have a go on page I did recently in Fuzzy Hugo of doing like a pattern on the tablecloth. It went a little bit pear-shaped. I think for a first attempt I was pleased with how it came out. I don't think it looked too bad. Right, I do need to neaten up. I'm going to see if I've got a yellowish gel pen. I don't know if this is gonna try. I've got all of these pens. My whole video will probably be out this coming Sunday. I already had quite a few of these pens from Christmas, but then a lovely husband and daughter have bought me basically all of them. Again, they'd kind of forgotten I'd got some of them, and then in any case they managed to find a set where you could literally just get all the colours in one big set, so I definitely won't run out for a while. And they are, I usually use them just for covering up black lines in pages, but I have been finding them kind of useful for just neatening up if my alcohol marker's gone over a little bit, because you can kind of, if you know where you're looking, you can tell. But line there. There we go. But then if you don't, I think if you don't know too much where you're looking, it's not too kind of noticeable. Might just add a little stripe on each little one there, so at least they all match, and then it'll just look as if it's a little highlight on them. Use it to add a little bit of a highlight in there. It's very subtle. I think I'll come with the white gel pen as well, I think. Let's see, where's my whites? Here we are. So I might add a little bit of paint to the clouds, but well, why not actually? I might just stick with how they are. Let's just neaten up where the blue's gone in a bit. I think actually it's a very bright page. It might look a bit much if I come in with a shiny paint on the clouds like I normally do. Let's just neaten them up a bit with a white gel pen. There we go. Yeah, it was a page I've been working on that's my buddy colour. What was it? I'd had a purple that went over into the yellow, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's like really noticeable. And I didn't notice in time. I'd gone off colouring a different part of the page, gone back, I went, oh, it's dried on. I don't think I can do much with like the you know, the blend pen to lighten it, especially because I'd already coloured the bit that the purple had gone into the yellow on. So then I was like, oh, I'll just try one of these gel pens because I've got so many of them. I'm sure one of them will be close enough, and it does seem to do the trick. I say, if you don't know, like you would know that the gel pen was there because you know where to look, and you'd be looking and going, oh, that's really obvious, but I don't think anybody else probably would notice. Obviously, you know, your harshest critic, aren't you? So I think when you know something's there, it's like really your eye's drawn to it, isn't it? But then nobody else will really notice it unless you point it out to them. I try not to go too overboard with the gel pen. I do want to add a bit in though. I won't add any in, I don't think, on the bushes. I'll add a bit on the flowers here and there, and probably on the fish as well, and the leaves. Right, I did want to go over the water. I was just going to have to turn the book a bit so that I don't get my hand all on the gel pen I've already done. Right. Oh, I reckon if you've got plenty of like gel pens, I bet you've got one that'll match. I thought when I did it, I thought, oh God, I'm going to have made it actually worse because it's just going to be super obvious that I've got gel pen on there. And I thought, well, actually, I can always just scratch it off with my fingernail if need be. And I have to come up with another plan, like an acrylic marker, but I didn't really want to like completely recolour. I think it was the duck's beak that the purple had gone into, so it's like super obvious. But I didn't really want to colour his beak like with an acrylic marker. I wanted to keep it the nice light colour of the alcohol marker I'd used. But thankfully got so many of those gel pens, and obviously they're kind of matte-ish, aren't they? They're not like super sparkly, not like sparkly ones. So it did do the trick. I definitely recommend trying it if you especially if you kind of feel like it can't make it worse, you know. Right, I think this is nearly done actually, because I don't think I want to add any pencil shading. I might add a tiny little, if I can do it, ignore that bit there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to add a teeny tiny. Oh, there we go. I think it's a tiny little blob on his nose to try and make it look a little bit shiny. Add a little bit there. But I think, oh, I missed this fish. I might do something with the centres of those pink flowers actually as well, because I think they look, I think that would look nice if they've got a bit of something on them. So if I think what colour, I do like a dark, I still want to stick with it being like pinkish. Let's go for a dark. Let's see what colour this is. I haven't got any of them swatched out. I always just kind of, there we are, eyeball it and scribble on a bit of paper when I'm using these pens. I do normally always have my stuff swatched out, but I think with these gel pens I've just got so many of them that I just don't really want to swatch them, if I'm being honest, being a bit lazy. But to be fair, they're not a bad, like, because you can see what's inside. And obviously don't dry exactly the same. I think it gives you such a good idea. I don't think it's necessarily worth swatching them because they're not massively different. Oh, glad to help, Jess. Glad I've actually winged something and it actually it's worked and it's helped somebody. Right, I'll just colour the little fish's eyes. I do want to go over the white. I don't think I want to get rid of the dark lines of the clouds actually, because I think it might look a bit strange if then I've got all the rest of the black lines, but I've got rid of them on the cloud. So I might add a tiny bit, I'd say a bit of shading, but I don't really want to make them, I don't really want to add any grey to them, but I feel like they need a tiny bit of something. Let's see what my lightest colour is. Oh, might try this really light. I only want to add a teeny tiny little bit on the clouds. I don't want to like colour them in. But I think if I just add a tiny little bit. Oh, where is this blue? Can't see it. There's somewhere. Oh, there it is. Pale greyish blue. Some of them had odd names, don't they? Oh gosh, you're organised. I keep looking at them and thinking, oh, do I do something? I think, I've got them in a box where I can kind of see them all, like the stood up. I mean, I'm not sure if that's the best way of keeping them, but I don't want to add, there we are, I don't want to add too much to them, but I just want to add a bit of, there we go, just so it doesn't feel as if I've, there we go, happy with that, else it's going to feel a bit like I just forgot to colour them. Just after it, really, like having it as a white cloud is perfectly fine, isn't it? But there we are, happy with that, and it will obviously dry a little bit lighter. So you know what, I think I'm going to call that page done. So it's quite nice to actually completely get a page finished, you know, start to end on a stream. Show you the back. I always think it looks, see where my paper's been. It looks so funny, doesn't it, when you're using alcohol markers? You get that weird bit there. and then obviously you can kind of see the image, but then you can't see the details, can you, on the reverse? I think it just looks so funny looking at the back. So there we go, that's that page finished. So kind of, I'll let you decide then which one I'm going to work on next week. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that actually. It's definitely different than how I'd normally would colour it. Like I normally would have done the fox orange, but like I said, I didn't really know what to do for the rest of it. So I thought, oh well, I'll pick a colour palette that's got an orange because I know I want orange, and yeah, it's a bit different. I like it. So the pages that you could all decide on, I thought I'll stick with ones that I'm planning on colouring, just to try and make sure that I actually do get working through my ones that I hope to do this month. So I have Fuzzy Meowies 2. Oh, sorry, might need to just bring the camera up a tiny bit. There we go. There we are, a tiny bit better. So I have Fuzzy Meowies 2. I'd picked out this How to Train Your Dragon page. Or we've got in the Little Cat. I had actually, not knowingly, but I had actually picked out the cover page. I'm not necessarily planning on colouring it exactly the same, although I might borrow the red sofa idea. But I've got that one that I could do. Or I've picked a page out of the Creepy Cutie book, which was this one, where they're in like the little paddling pool. So you want to shout up now before I end the stream on which one you fancy seeing me colour next week, and then that's the one that I will go for. So we've got How to Train Your Dragons from that one, that basically the cover image out of that one, or then that one where they're in like the paddling pool on Creepy Cutie. Happy with whichever one. Like I say, these were ones I was planning on colouring, but I'll try and stick to someone I was going to do anyway. Try and make sure I do them. Okay, not creepy. I mean, that narrows it down very slightly, Vengeful Womble. So we've got a 50-50 choice here. So if anybody fancy How to Train Your Dragon or Little Cat. Oh, now see, I don't know. So does that mean I do colour it, Jess, so you've got to buy the book, or do I not colour it to save you some money? I mean, am I feeling mean, or do I want to try and enable you, or do we stick with that one so that you can save some pennies? You're making me feel like I might go for the Fuzzy Meowies one, Jess, but I'll maybe have to have a think between now and next week, and maybe have to keep a look at to see which I decide to go for. Thinking possibly it might well be the Fuzzy Meowies. Oh well, there we are then. I'll go for Fuzzy Meowies next week then, everybody, and then probably the week after will be the Little Cat one if I've not got to that one yet, because most of the other pages I've got picked out are, like I say, they're my buddy colours, and I don't think I want to work on those on stream, but it's been quite nice doing a page start to finish on here with you all, rather than it taking a few weeks. I wasn't sure if I'd get a bit stressed using alcohol markers on a stream, and the kind of the juggling looking at the camera to see what I'm doing and looking at the live stream, but I've managed it all right. So yeah, we'll go for this again with alcohol markers next week. So obviously, thank you very much everybody for joining me. When I get a chance, I will write these up neatly, and then add the fox and the dragon combos onto my Ko-fi, just in case anybody does want to borrow those colours. Like I said, I don't know whether I'm going to colour them the same all the way through the book. I probably will for the fox, to be fair, but I don't know on the dragon. I might do the dragon different colours on different pages, but we'll see. At least I'll have it saved. It's one thing I'm thinking with my Ko-fi. If it's on there, I can't lose my combinations. Then it's up there forever, and it's nice and safe. And then if anybody wants to use it, then they can. So obviously, thank you for joining me again tonight, everybody, and welcome if you're new. I stream every Monday evening, starting at 8:30 British summertime. So thank you for joining me. Obviously, click like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and take care, everybody. And I'll catch you next week, hopefully. Take care, everyone.